Hey, it's Zero at ReviewZoneHD, and I'm bringing you guys a review for the new Star Wars Pinball expansion that released tonight for Zen Studios' Zen Pinball 2. And you may not be able to tell from my 2 a.m. voice, but I'm actually really excited. And I'm excited because I got to use my old Star Wars logo from back when I did Star Wars Week at the end of 2011. But more importantly, I'm also really excited, really happy with how all three of these tables turned out. I'm really glad Zen went away from the Marvel theme, because some of those newer tables that they had released almost felt like different versions of the older ones because there's just so many of them. And that last Civil War table I just wasn't that impressed with. But all three of these tables tonight, they're pretty rocking, and I say rocking because the soundtrack is thumping Star Wars theme music the entire time that most people never get tired of, which includes me, and they picked a good track that's totally different between each table. The layouts of all three tables are very unique and don't feel like they just reskinned a clone of one another. And most importantly, the pinball action feels intense. I didn't stop and really pay much attention to how to activate the missions while I was playing tonight. I was honestly just having too much fun just banging the ball around, but this is some of the best tables that they've released by far. The last time I was really excited about a new table was back in June of last year when they released that Avengers expansion. That was a pretty good set of tables, but it's been a while since they've released something that I was just really excited about, but it was definitely worth the wait on this one. Now, I haven't had a chance to test out the Vita version just yet. Of course, what you're watching is the PlayStation 3 version. I spent about an hour tonight playing, which is about all the time that I had, and that usually falls more into a first impressions than it does a review, but there's honestly only so much that you can say about a new pinball game, new pinball tables, that can't be said immediately after playing just a handful of times. They're either fun and entertaining or they're not, and in this case they fall squarely into the must-buy if you like pinball at all category. The only two complaints that I can really even scrounge up is on all three tables I did have a bit of a hard time figuring out where the missions that I actually started wanted me to hit the ball when I was paying attention, but that's just rookie error that will resolve itself once I play a little bit more. But out of all three tables, I think the Empire Strikes Back, which I'd hoped would be the best out of the group, fell just a little bit short because of how much spacing that's in the center of the table. There's almost just a little bit too much room there, whereas the other two tables are really busy with ramps everywhere, but not so busy that it felt cluttered. They felt like they were spaced perfectly. And not to get too far off topic, but man, I had a lot of death saves just playing each table for the first time. I had 4 on that FET table in one game. And I'm not sure if they made it easier or if I was just getting really lucky. I can usually get one here and there, but I was saving like 2 out of 3 that were dropping down the side. And the speed of the ball on that table seemed like it was a little bit faster than the other two. I had to actually sit up and pay a little bit more attention when I got to that table. I think that's going to be the hardest one out of the group. The sound effects and the voiceovers that are spewing out over everything that you're doing just brings it all together and makes these tables so much fun to play. They're definitely not boring whatsoever. I think I've done enough raving about how highly I think of these pinball tables for one video. Download the demo, check it out for yourself. This is Zero at ReviewZoneHD, and thanks for stopping by.
Bringing it in. Nothing. If I take on the job, I complete it. And everyone in the galaxy knows that.